who has been the most sexist of them?
The most what?
The most sexist or misogynistic leader you've ever dealt with?
Well, there have been some leaders whose names nobody would know, but Putin is a straight out misogynist and what we call a mansplainer, someone who tries to dominate and intimidate women. There's a famous story when he was meeting with Angela Merkel, Chancellor of Germany. He knew that she was afraid of dogs. And so he brought to the meeting a great big dog. I mean, it's that kind of contempt and nastiness that I saw, from him in my dealings with him. I had some other funny experiences. I remember being in Myanmar, meeting with what was then a civilian government. They had been military leaders who became civilians for a period of time. And I went into the meeting and there was, several of the male leaders and a group of young women sitting at the table. And the, person I was meeting with, the foreign minister, said, well, we understand that you want to promote women. So we brought a bunch of our young women to sit in on it, So there have been some sort of funny things. Or I landed in Bulgaria after a long flight and I went to the meeting with the then prime minister and I had longer hair and I pulled it kind of back in a ponytail. And he sat there staring at me, Barkha, before the meeting started. And I thought, wow, I'm looking around, what's going on? And so I finally said, Prime Minister, is there something wrong? Are we waiting to start the meeting? He goes, no, I was told if you had your hair pulled back, you weren't in a good mood.
Oh, my God.
He's been traveling so long, I couldn't wash it. So there's the funny side of it as well as the, very intimidating efforts.
How did you deal with Putin? I mean, what's the one thing you'll always remember about him and never forget?
Well, apparently I dealt with him too well because he did everything he could to defeat me in 2016.
Correct.
I stood up to him. I countered some of his bluster and rhetoric, and apparently he wasn't very fond of that.